All right, so society, in fact, normies, they have a contradiction when it comes to men succeeding. All right, to men succeeding, specifically with money and dating. All right, like seriously, they do, and I'm not really understanding how in the world am I supposed to be successful in both of these areas when you have to focus on one or the other in order to succeed. Now, they're going to tell me to pretty much balance. You got to balance it out. Okay, cool, but it's not changing the fact that we end up, behind in some areas. Now, this video pretty much would be somewhat a recap of the from a video from my original Styles channel, so keep that in mind. The real question is, should I date or improve myself? Now, I'm pretty sure, I think my hair is starting to grow back now. Okay, I need to start taking care of this hair. But obviously, consider I'm young. The first thing y'all gonna tell me is, you need to work on yourself. You're only 26 years old. Just work on yourself. Don't worry about women. Cool, no problem. Now, by the time I, at a point in my life where I'm very secure financially and how I am and what it is I can offer, the problem is I'm gonna be old and not have no experience with women. All right, seriously, do you not see how that's problematic? Personally, I don't mind working on myself, holding off dating, and just dating and all that stuff to working on myself. But the question is, how long until I need to actually start approaching women? All right, because the clock is ticking for me, and the clock is ticking for me for women who are actually pure. All right, because the older I get, the likely a woman is not gonna be a virgin. All right, that's just reality. That's just the way it is. So, I'm over here being told, by some people in real life and even some comment sections, that don't worry about women, bro. They all the same or whatever. Just work on yourself, get your money up. Yes, and that's all I've ever been doing ever since I got out of high school. Just trying to figure out money and figure out how to use it properly and everything, and how to get a lot of it. But unfortunately, I have not. I'm still working at these retail and warehouses and all that stuff, and I can't even get the basic living necessities, because when I was 17, in fact even 16 years old, but when I was 17 years old, I really was planning out my life. Get a job at a grocery store or fast food or whatever, some kind of job. Get a regular retail job to be able to get my own apartment, be able to drive, have my own apartment, and just pay the bills regularly and on time with little to no problems, and I'll drive myself to and from work and everything, and just a regular job, and be able to afford everything, with a simple full-time job. I really thought I was going to do that, but reality came to me, and especially this whole 3 times the amount thing. I'm trying to figure out where in the world this money is supposed to come from, but I'm still not really understanding that. Yes, I'm pretty much returning to my $25,000 a year salary, but in order to even have basic stuff like food, shelter, and transportation, all that, you need to have at least, I think, if I'm gonna do 3 times the amount, 25, 50, 75. So you gotta have $75,000, just probably even $80,000, just to get a rinky-dink apartment in the hood. I'm not understanding that. So anyways, I'm over here, especially when I became homeless, when I had that little church girl crush, M girl, in 2018, that really red pilled me that I really need to focus on my money. So I just focus it on my money, trying to figure out money and all, and then I'm technically nothing has changed at all. All right, nothing has changed at all ever since 2018, when I was 18 years old. I've been trying to figure out money, trying to figure out how to get on my own feet. Unfortunately, some of y'all will say, oh, just live with your parents. It's no big deal. Just live with your parents or whatever. I don't have reliable parents. Yes, I may have two separate houses, but that comes with its own problems. But I don't want to talk too much of that. The point is, I don't have reliable parents to worry about. And even if I did, it doesn't matter. I never in my life I have not paid rent. The very first job I ever had, an Amazon warehouse, the first paycheck I've gotten, I had to pay rent. Personally, I don't mind paying rent, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I never had the ability to even, save up money for myself. But I'm over here paying rent at the very first job I ever got in, and it sucks. Like my very first job at 19 years old, I had to pay rent. Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I don't mind, but at the same time, I feel like a child should never have to pay to live at your parents' place when I've been doing that pretty much all my life. So for both my childhood parents and my biological parents and my modern parents, former, I had to pay rent, pay bills. Like, it really sucks. I at best, or worse, I think if a child was living with their parents, the least thing they could be paying is a couple utility bills, like electricity, water, and all that stuff. But but I'm just saying, like, I had to pay full rent. Well, not full, but I had to pay my portion of the rent and utility bills occasionally. Like, it really sucked. So I never had the ability to save up money to be able to get these important things like a car, and all that stuff. I don't know how to drive and all, so yeah. Going back on topic, as far as the dating stuff, apparently a whole lot of men, especially young men, we're just average, and maybe even below average, all right? And it really sucks. Like, and then we like older generations cannot comprehend why my generation can't date or can't lock down a partner. Like, it's because because money and getting these essential things like apartments, all this adult stuff, we can't afford. So we just working and trying to even find work or whatever, and we're not receiving any luck. So because of it, we're not having any partners. And then the boomers, they over tell, oh, just get married and have a baby and give us grandchildren. No, it's not going to work, because we're not going to, it's not about money, it's about love. That's the thing. Yes, it is about love, but money is still super important, because how else that child's going to be taken care of? Children are extremely expensive. And personally, I feel like I'm unqualified, period. All right? I'm just unqualified, period. All right? I believe I'm a below average male. I'm not an average male, all right? I am not an average male. I'm for damn sure not a high value male or above average. I'm below average at best right now. Probably average at best. But to me, I personally feel like I am below average. And I'm just generally questioning if I ever will, get lucky with a woman that is at least decently attractive and Christian. That's Christian and decently attractive, I meant. Like, I'm generally like, that's the thing, like, us average men, we really, and that's one thing I'm not really understanding, even with Myron, on Fresh and Fit podcast, he telling men to sleep with at least 50 women, when the average male can't attract one in the first place. That's one thing I don't think he's understanding. So, and then I just saw a video for him talking about just get your money up, just focus on money. Okay, I can, like I said before, I can not focus on women. I could just not date. I could just not focus on women, not date, worry about my money, just building my money. And even if I somehow successfully build up my money, how in the world would I be able to have a successful relationship with these women? Because if young men follow this whole get your money up advice, don't worry about women, we do this, we're going to be like, I don't know, in our 30s with no experience. little to no body count. I'm about to push 30 in the next 4 years. I've just turned 26 a few days ago, all right? I'm a 26-year-old virgin male that never had a girlfriend. And I mean, I'm not feeling not necessarily bad about it. It's just the fact is, this entire time, I've been just trying to figure out how money works and how finances and, financial stability or success work. And I'm just sitting here on the sidelines or whatever, and just, while my female counterpart already has slept with a couple dudes, probably even more, which sucks. All these relationships that my female counterpart, female age counterpart, she have all these experiences with men, while I'm just sitting here waiting for an opportunity. Now I have, it's that same thing. Men, yes, I will say, like, we could just, like, ignore societal's expectations, just date out there, but date while broke. But at the same time, when the bill comes due, she gonna just be sitting there and expecting us to pay the bill, expect the man to pay the bill entirely, which for the most part I do support, especially if he asks her out first. He should be paying the bill, but at the same time, I'm just saying, like, it's a contradiction with society. Yes, I've been working on this whole money thing all my life. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I'm just sitting here on the sidelines, wishing just for an opportunity for a woman, to give me some attention or some validation, while the female getting that every single day, dating all these boyfriends or whatever. And I'm over here being asked, you have a girlfriend, Ray? No. And then, you should have been dating a long time ago from my former pre-modern parents. And thinking I'm crazy just because I'm not out there sleeping around with women. It's not like I can. It's not like I have the opportunity to. What, you want me to sleep with a whole bunch of fat women? Ew. I want to sleep with at least attractive women. But yeah, and it just sucks, The main point of this video is, like, it's a contradiction with society, with this whole don't worry about women right now, just focus on money, let's do that. And then next thing you know, we have a 30, 40-year-old man with no experience, and by the time he gets the money, he's starting to attract women, even if he's physically not that attractive. This man, who have no experience with women, he's going to be 40 years old with no experience with women, but he has money. Now he's attracted to women because of his money. Now he has gold diggers. Now he has to deal with gold diggers, women who don't actually love him. They just want his money. And if not that, they want the lifestyle that comes with the money. At the end of the day, a woman, it's kind of a female's nature to want a male that is the most successful, that has the most resources. And unfortunately, most men and most young men don't have that. It's just the way it is. I'm just telling the truth the way it is. So yeah, it really sucks. My female age counterpart already probably slept with at least 5 men. At least 5 men. I'm not understanding the double-digit body count. I'm definitely not understanding that. Like, how in the flying world are these people having sex? And one thing I'm not understanding is, how in the world are people having regular hookups? Oh, just get on dating apps. Just get on dating apps. It doesn't matter. I've been on dating apps for like at least a couple months, and and it's been straight up crickets. Straight up crickets. Oh, you just pay for a little bit. What difference does it make paying for a dating app? What difference for paying for a dating app just to get nothing in return? Like, I'm not understanding this society. They're contradicting themselves. Normies are contradicting themselves because it's not making any sense. Of men are expected to be the breadwinners while at the same time meet these societal norms and societal expectations. Like, apparently as a male, as a man, I was expected to lose my virginity by at least 16, 17 years old in high school. But that's not what happened. That's just simply not what happened. All right? And like I said, it's not like I have the opportunity to, because I'm just not that attracted to women. All right? It's just the way it is. Apparently, I dress like a bum. And even if I do dress like a bum, I'm not understanding how this regular long sleeve t-shirt and, you know, jeans is, you know, I don't know, you know, it's bummish. I don't understand, but I don't know. But even if I don't look too good, I look dusty or whatever, it's just proving the fact that money is indeed important. All right. Like, I'm not understanding, like, oh, just go out there. Well, and even the ugly women aren't really that interested. I don't want them, and they're no ifs, ands, or buts, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not understanding this whole contradiction with society and normies that I'm expected to lose my virginity as young as possible, while at the same time not worry about women and get my money up and somehow know how to be that man, you know, that society expects me to be. Like, yeah. And then they're talking about, you know, as Gen Z, we don't have third spaces. Like, we only have work and home. I mean, I technically don't have a third space, because my third space technically is, you know, Six Flags, you know, theme parks, and, you know, transit exploration, traveling. That's technically my third space. But I go to Six Flags by myself all the time. And like I said, especially when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, around 2021, I was really starting to feel it, like, man, I am lonely. I'm going to Six Flags by myself all the time. This is lonely. Like I said, I'm just being straight up honest. Going to Six Flags by myself for a whole bunch of times really did prove how lonely I am, technically. I'm just keeping it a buck, keeping it real. That's all. I mean, I'm fine. I'm just saying, like, it sucks. It would be nice to experience life with other people, you know? But that's the thing. Even my lifestyle is pretty boring, all right? Women, whatever reason, they love this chaotic lifestyle. I don't want to go to no clubs. I don't want to do no dancing, drinking, smoking, clubbing, all that normal people stuff. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to ride coasters regularly, ride trains regularly. I want to travel regularly. I want to go places. That's the stuff I want to do. All right? Go to concerts, you know, good ones. You know, I don't like mainstream music. It's kind of sucky, but there's that. In conclusion, it just sucks that as men, we're expected to meet these societal milestones and societal expectations by normies, but they're contradicting themselves, because they say men shouldn't worry about women. They should just worry about his money. But by the time he's old, 30, 40 years old, he has no experience. And by the time he's now attracting women because of his money, he's attracting gold diggers. I really wish women would stop lying to themselves. And that's the thing. Like, it really sucks. I'm literally 26 years old. I mean, like I said, I have no problem with me being a 26-year-old virgin. But at the same time, the fact is, I never even had the opportunity to be tempted to. I'm just saying, it never happened. It just proving one thing, that I'm just a broke, ugly, and stupid man. So by default, I don't deserve a girlfriend. That's all I'm saying. I didn't think I would be referencing that video from the original Style channel. I'm just saying that's just the reality. All right. Look, y'all probably gonna say I have a confidence issue. Like I don't really care about this whole confidence thing, because that's just cope. But at the same time, if I'm just gonna entertain this whole I don't have confidence thing, I'm at the age that where I'm just sick of wondering. So that's why I plan to actually approach women, despite I don't have a job or not. I have no job, or a job that doesn't pay me a livable wage. You know, it's just the way it is. Because right now I'm at a point in my life where I'm just tired of sitting on the sidelines while my female age counterpart is just living 3 times life, where I'm just sitting here waiting just for an opportunity to arise. Like, it sucks. I accidentally turned it back on, but that's the gambit. What do y'all think? Society, normies, they contradict themselves. So thanks for watching. They contradict the expectations for men. Thanks for watching. What do y'all think? And what kind of woman y'all think I qualify for? I have a $25,000 salary. You know, black. I'm mainly attracted to white girls. This is no invitation. I'm just saying. I'm just asking y'all, what kind of female y'all believe? What kind of woman? What kind of female, specifically physically speaking, and what kind of woman, economically and socially speaking, do I qualify? So what kind of woman do I qualify for? Seriously, I'm a 26-year-old virgin male. I'm Christian. I do the best I can to be holy and everything. And you know, I like Sonic. I might be autistic, so that explains why I like Sonic and trains and pattern type thinking. But what do y'all think? No, seriously, comment section. What kind of woman I qualify for? Let me know in the comments. Don't troll. Be honest, all right? Be honest. What kind of females y'all think I qualify for? So I'm just saying. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.